Talk about homeless people.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you think they are affected?
Yeah, like, so how do you feel about, homelessness? Do you think teens are doing enough to help out their community when it comes to that subject? What are your opinions on it?
Should I start talking?
Yeah.
Okay, so my views on homeless people would probably be sucks that they're homeless, but most likely there's a reason why they're homeless. So like if they're addicted to drugs or if they're just overall too lazy and didn't feel like doing enough work when they were younger, or maybe they lost a job and they didn't feel like finding another one. So I think there's a pretty good reason why why they are homeless, but they definitely need to be helped to be an active player in our community and be able to help out with the growth of the community and with overall sculpting them into people that can be effective in our world and have a bright future to succeed, even there might not be a good enough future for them.
Do you think teens are doing enough?
In terms of that, I haven't actually seen a big amount of homeless people here, so I don't really know what teens to be doing, but I do know of a couple programs that have been helping homeless, so I think teens are doing a good job with helping the homeless. I think they're doing an average job. I don't know if they're doing a great job or not. I haven't looked into that enough.
All right. Jessica, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this ever since my mom started, which was probably been 2 years, maybe a year or 2 years, something like that.
Do you like doing it?
Yeah, it's fun. It sucks getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning, but once you're down there, it's pretty fun.
Do you have any cool stories?
Yeah, one time I was doing it, and I actually met an NBA player,
Really?
former NBA player for the New York Knicks, that is now homeless.
Really?
I wish I could tell you his name, but I forget. But he was drafted in 1973 for the New York Knicks, so if you look that up, then you'll find out his name. But I can't tell.
Do you know how he got from being, an NBA superstar to being homeless on the street?
I don't know if he was a superstar, but I remember I was talking to him, and he said something happened with his knees, so he got hurt, and then he went overseas, but it didn't really work out overseas, so he came back and life was different ever since then.
Ty, what about you?
I don't really have any crazy stories like that, but I like to help the people that are homeless. It's just a nice experience, and I recommend anyone to do it. Anyone seeing this video, just for these things, right?
Yeah.
Just tell your friends to come out and do this. It's a nice experience. You get to meet a lot of nice people.
How long have you been doing it?
I've done it maybe a little over 5 times. I don't come as consistently as him. But yeah.
Do you guys think that by you guys doing this, it's making some change in people's lives? And
It's definitely making change in people's lives. That they get to look forward to being able to have this experience, getting all the things they need that they can't afford. Tons of food, tons of toiletries. It's nice for them.
They always say thank you. They're very appreciative.
how do you think teens can do more to help with this issue?
Just do more stuff like this. There's something in every single town. There's stuff like this that you can help out by just giving your time. We have a lot of time on our hands, so we want to hang out with our friends, watch TV or something. And if you just take some of that time to do something like this, it's good. It's good for the world. It's good for you.
What do you mean it's good for you?
It just makes you feel good. It makes you feel good helping somebody out.
Do you think Westchester kids are helping enough?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many people are helping, but just to be able to help and just to give the time to help is a good thing, and it's very appreciated by the people that you do help. So it's really
Name and position here?
My name is Daniel Spana, and I am one of the youth supervisors here at the youth advocate program at the community center.
And what are your views when it comes to homelessness?
It's definitely something that we as a society need to work on, because no matter how hard we try, I feel like there's just so many people that fall through the cracks that end up homeless, whether it's their decision or not. But I feel like we definitely need to really keep a close eye on it and do the best we can to pay attention to it, because the numbers are just, if I am correct from what I last saw, the numbers are just not, they're not improving. You know, the numbers are not going down, and it's just not. I don't want to see that.
Have you had any life experiences with homeless people?
I have. I was a part of Project Share through high school. Did midnight runs every month from. My first midnight run was in 8th grade. I did them through high school, periodically in college. Working here for 5 years, we have a food pantry where we help families in need who need food, who need clothing. We do help out with toy drives. So I've been dealing with people in poverty since very early age.
Do you have any memorable stories or?
Yeah, there was a couple times. It was fun on the midnight runs, going into the city, because as much as you're sitting there and you're giving these guys food or a blanket, that's not the most important thing that you give them. The most important thing you gave them was your time, your energy, and a good laugh or a good conversation. And I've had made great friendships with some of them, and it was fun. It was fun when you'd be sitting there with the people who were homeless, and you're having these great conversations, and you'd have like somebody walk by who doesn't understand what the program is, and they would like stick their nose up. And whenever somebody would do that, we always felt not to be snide or mean-hearted, but to kind of do something to them in a fair, positive way. There was one time where there was a very wealthy couple. I mean, the guy was dressed to the nines, top hat. The woman was in a fur coat. I mean, dressed to the nines. And they did that whole nose up, snooty, like, ugh, I don't want to deal with these people. So we decided it was in our best interest to hand them a bagged lunch each and say, thank you for coming by and have a great night. Which gave all the homeless people there just a great laugh. I have a lot of stories like that, just a lot of fun stories. Going down to the 79th Street Boat Basin, and we stayed at that spot for one night for like 2 hours, and we handed out all the food. Everything was gone in like 20 minutes, and then one of the guys had like this old beat up little boom box, so we threw on a radio station and sang and danced around for like an hour and a half with like all the homeless people down there, and it was just tons of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Is that going to your story about the rich couple? Do you think that's saying something about how our society has been or where it's going? Do you think that
It's just always been. That's something that has never changed. As long as there's been social classes.
We were saying about.
You're saying how the concept of in Westchester County.
Yes.
Now, again, I go back to the whole concept of it's not if a child or a teenager living in this county, living in this area, if they don't know anything about the poverty in the area, it's because the people who influence them in life are not doing their part in teaching them. And again, what those people might not even know. I mean, so it starts with people who know the situation, who want to make sure that people are informed. And if they're able to actually pass that on, then they need to be passing it on to people who are willing to listen and who are willing to pass that message on. That's the only way the younger generations are ever going to truly know, learn, and understand about poverty in their neighborhoods and in their communities. And that's all we can. That's the best we can hope for, is that somebody is going to continue to teach them.
There's juice, there's milk, there's the clementines.
My mother doesn't eat me alive. There's a clementine. And we'll just actually do all this stuff up to the. Yeah, Maybe put all the yeah, can you get them off? You know what I mean? Excellent. So right now we're going to set up the food for the assembly line to make the lunches. Well, thanks, Tyler.
Watch time.
So could you say your name and what you are doing to help the homeless?
Oh, so I'm Elizabeth Galetta, and I am the coordinator of Hastings Kids Involved Doing Service, and we are doing a breakfast run where we serve breakfast and bag lunches and provide toiletry items to those in New York City.
When did you start this program?
This is the second year that we're doing it, so it was in July 2011.
And why did you start the program?
You know, really I started doing this to try to help kids in Hastings, to offer service opportunities for kids in Hastings. I felt like there was a lot of kids in Hastings who wanted to participate in service activities and weren't sure how to do that, and so that was really my desire to start it.
Name and what you're doing here.
My name is Karen Sapphire. I'm the Brownie troop leader for Troop 2361. And Elizabeth Galetta, who's in charge of this homeless run, the breakfast run, she asks for volunteers every month. And we try and help out. So that's what we're doing here. Elizabeth's daughter is in our troop, so that's how I'm connected to Elizabeth.
Is that something that, you know, the Brownies are trying to push, a main topic or a concept that they're trying to improve?
You know, we are really interested, our troop in particular, in community service, and this is one way we can do it. It's really great to have Elizabeth because we're connected then so closely. But we do other things also. We do events at Andrus Home with the residents at Andrus, as senior residents right down the street. And we do things here with the seniors too, Valentine's tea, and at Andrus we did a holiday caroling. So we try to just kind of reach out into the community and help when we can.
Have you had any past experiences with homelessness in your life?
No, I have been fortunate all my life, and I don't know anybody actually. I don't have anybody who I know who has been homeless. Thank goodness. Hey, you guys, can you get me your tins?
Do you think that this, Westchester County is doing enough? You know, the adults in Westchester, are they doing enough to bring the topics to schools, the kids, to the politicians?
You know, no. Basically, no, not at all. I don't think so. I think, we live in a suburban area so close to an urban area where there are just thousands and thousands of homeless people. And, I don't really know what more could be done, but I know that more does need to be done. So, yeah, I would say, yeah.
What's up? Right, tomato, the mustard, all the clementines, you can dump these out, the chips. You don't know we can do that? second grade Girl Scouts made sandwiches for today's run, or tomorrow's run, excuse me. And they even labeled, these are cheese sandwiches. And one thing I really like about this, it involves kids of all generations, so to speak. So we had a second grade Brownie troop on their own participated by making these cheese sandwiches. We have a third grade Brownie troop who came here today, as you know, and they're making the ham and cheese sandwiches to bring with us. We have several middle school kids that are actually coming on the run tomorrow morning, and here we have two high schoolers helping to set up for the run. So I think also one of the goals for me was to offer some kids of different ages experiences to interact with one another, and I think, you know, it's especially beneficial for the little kids to get to, you know, work with and see what the older kids are doing, but I think in the same token, the high schoolers to get to reach out and be with the younger kids is nice as well. So it's sort of several generations of kids that are involved.
And how are they, you know, connecting with the homeless when they get there?
So we wear name tags that we all have our names, of course, the people, and also I should say it's not just homeless people that come to the run for breakfast, it's also poor people. So it's both poor and homeless people that come for breakfast. And we all wear name tags and we introduce ourselves. So we line up just like on a tables kind of like this in a park. We're actually tomorrow assigned to 23rd Street and the FDR, right along the river there, or 20th Street and FDR. And we set up 3 tables, and the folks are there waiting for us when we get there. They help us carry all the supplies over. We set up our tables, and they wait because they know we have to get set, but we try to do it in not like a rush way. We have the folks line up, and the kids automatically start giving coffee and tea and juice and hot chocolate to people in line. And then we all have our name tags on, so when someone comes through the line, a kid might say, "Oh, hi, my name's Anthony. Would you like a muffin or would you like a bagel?" And then if somebody says, "Oh, I like a bagel," then the next kid would say, you know, "Oh, hi, you know, my name is Raph. Do you want cream cheese or butter on your bagel?" So the kids really do all the work, kind of, they work the line, and they always say their names. And actually, lots of times the guys say, "Oh, and I'm Richie," or "I'm so-and-so," and they start chatting a little bit. Certainly after they go through the line once and they've eaten, sometimes they come back and chat a little bit more. The first time through, they're usually just focused on getting the food. But I think saying your name and introducing yourself kind of is a way to start a conversation, and often the people say their names and chat a little bit too. If someone's wearing like a Knicks t-shirt, one of the kids, sometimes the guys say, "Oh, you a Knicks fan?" or something like that. I don't know if Francesco mentioned that he met a guy who used to play for the Knicks.
Yeah,
So
he
that
told
kind of
me.
a lot of conversation. All the kids really like that. And then afterwards, we sit down and eat too. I mean, we don't eat. Usually we're pretty much working the line, but you know, I might just sit down with a cup of coffee and sit with some people that are eating.
Is it a new experience every time?
You know, it's similar and different every time. I mean, we go to different, we don't know until Friday night when we are assigned. The gentleman who runs Midnight Run, who organizes everything, he tells me on Friday where we're going. This particular place we're going tomorrow, we've been several times, so we all kind of know the drill there. What's very nice there is it's right by the river, there's rocks. It actually offers more conversation and more community. We've also been on the west side at like 8th Avenue and I think 60th Street, which is just busier and there's really no place. I mean, people are kind of sitting on the street when they eat, just sitting on the edge of the street. So that's a little bit different. Where we're going tomorrow is nicer because it's easier to sit and chat. And it's right by the river and it just offers kind of more sense of, you know, community, I think. How are the sandwich makers doing down here? You guys are doing great.
Everything all done.
Excellent. So then we're gonna let's make some of the lunches, then we'll be all set with that.
I am not touching.
Here, why don't you take one? How about this, you guys? Let's do this. Let me take this loaf of bread down here. You guys do the ham and the cheese.
Well, you gotta do the ham too. I know.
Or else, Lolly, you could do the ham. Lil
I don't
could
wanna
do the
do the
cheese.
ham.
And then I could put the top.
So do you guys want to start with lunches?
Yeah.
Let's talk about lunches you guys made, please.
Really? One, eight.
So, at the end of the line there. So what you have to do
We get a sandwich, pack a sandwich, pack a bar, pack a thing, pack a thing.
exactly, but the first thing they need to do is you guys are each do one. You don't have to write and the bottom, okay? Then you're gonna take your hand and choose,
A and D.
you can write A and D if you want, so you could use this.
H and C.
So you're gonna, so you can do, this is a, that's the last one, it says turkey. So you'll take, you can each do it on each side, you'll take a sandwich, just wait, we'll go through it together once.
This one is only C. We have
Okay,
one
then you can
that's
just,
only C.
that's fine.
And then
And then you can take a granola bar,
both
exactly.
of the cards. No.
Just one granola bar, one chips, exactly.
There's one sandwich, one granola bar, one chip. Now
Wait,
one
hold on,
brownie.
that's turkey.
Cheese.
Here it is. This is H
And then,
and C.
exactly, and then you could put, if it's ham and cheese, you could put,
And 2 mustards.
you could put 2 mustards, and we have to get the mayo, let's get the mayo packed out. You gonna get the mayo?
Okay, this needs mayo.
I couldn't find a spot to get that one.
Oh, look. There's a white cheese.
That has cheese. Well, then just put C on that bag, okay, Kelly?
I expect happy people to go there and make them be happy because they get breakfast.